could be that menacing. You amped it up. The sound design in that is impeccable. Is that fun for you as a filmmaker? But what you can do, you kind of alluded to this before, what you can do just with sound, score, lack of score, it really, like, you can use everything in your toolkit to play up the tension.
Yeah, I think in any movie, sound is very important, but in horror movies, even more than in any other genre, because it really is the sound or the lack of it, and the music or the lack of it, that will direct our feelings about the scene. We, Courtney and I, really spent a lot of time. We mixed the sound in London, and we spent a lot of time with the design of the score and the sound effects to create really the feeling of dread and pressure that we hope the audience will have throughout these movies. So it's really, and it's about what's so important to the Stranger Things movies is that we don't manipulate the audience. We don't create jump scares just to say boo and do big musical stings and things like that make you jump. Because it's the reality in these movies that is so powerful. So that's why you maybe noticed when that figure walks behind her, we just have a little bit of a sound there, just a little bit of atmosphere, but there's no like big bang. Okay, there's the scary thing, jump now. So that's, reality was our main thing that we wanted to follow always. And also the musical score is not your typical, big drums and violins and trumpets and things like that. It's about the atmosphere. It's about just giving you that hopeless feeling of dread all through the movie.
Because it puts the audience in her shoes. Like if it's just a feeling of dread as opposed to like a heightened world, you're a mile and you're like, holy crap.
Yeah, exactly. Because I feel that sometimes music can sort of like make us removed from the reality, and you feel entertained because the music is good and effective, but you're watching a movie. But sometimes the fact that there is no music, especially in a horror film, really forces you to be there in her shoes, like you said.
Let's talk about your Maya. Courtney, can you talk about why Madeleine was the woman for the job? She inherits the mantle, or an extreme queen perhaps is Madeleine Petsch, by her.
I would say absolutely on that. So, Renny and I don't even want to say how many, but we interviewed many different actors for the Maya role. And in this particular, version of The Strangers, we have chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. It's a much greater, far-reaching arc that this character has to go through. And two, in the way that we were doing it, we actually shot the entire thing at once. To us, it was a giant movie. It would be like if we sent you out and said, okay, go watch the one Strangers movie. It plays from beginning to end as one movie, and it's going to be 3.5, 4 hours, which I guess is probably okay because that's Marvel movies these days. So maybe we're all customized to it now. But that being said, we said we'll break it into parts, and we needed somebody that was not only super talented and super, understood what we were trying to do, but also somebody that could walk on the first day. She'd seen day one of movie 1 and chapter 1, and then in the afternoon be shooting scene 53 of movie 3, and be moving like that during the whole course of production, which is, it's hard enough to do one movie like that. Forget for an actor playing that role to do all of them. So I'll tell the story if it's okay, but when we did the interview with Mads, she goes by Mads, she interviewed us. That's what happened. We thought we were interviewing her, but she interviewed us. This is her favorite horror movie. So right away when you hear that, you're excited, but people are going for an interview, maybe she's just saying that. But she had 21 pages of notes in a notebook, for an interview, and started just going off on them with us. And Renny and I sort of looked at each other, and we were on a Zoom at this point, and we were like, okay, 5 minutes in, magic just happened. And that's literally so rare, but so fortunate. And then, you know, the trust that you have, because you're shooting chapter 1, 2, and 3 at the same time with that person is immense, between filmmaker and that actor and all of us. And we really became like a team of 3, putting the movie together, and she never let us down. She just showed up fully and knew exactly where she was in this massive arc all the way through, and truly it was a pleasure to watch and a pleasure to do it.
Yeah, may I just add to that we realized right from the get-go that we had a really challenging task, because as far as we are concerned, Liv Tyler did an incredible job in the original movie. And how do you replace Liv Tyler? You know, so it wasn't like, well, let's just find another Liv Tyler. That's impossible. But we had to find something else, something different, and not just a good actor, but actor who can really, with the intelligence and sensitivity, show all these shades of like a regular person who is vulnerable and goes through this incredible ordeal, and shows then what does that do to a person, especially a young woman, spiritually and physically and so on. And when we shot the movie, we felt like we won the lottery with her. I can't imagine any other actor who could do what she did. And when you see the movies, you'll know what I mean. It's absolutely stunning what she goes through.
We're bringing you the goods today, guys. We got more footage for you, just for you guys in the room again.